So welcome to part 2 of this video where we'll be looking at some games available for the Commodore 64. What were they like, and what are some good ones in my opinion? What are some not so good ones? What are the quirks of playing games on the Commodore 64? Well, hopefully in this video we'll be answering that question while also taking things a little down a notch and just relaxing and playing some good old video games, you know, cracking open a cold one. Actually, this time I don't have one, but maybe I'll get one later. And yeah, so remember how I mentioned as well that I needed something to control the games and that I would get back to it later? Well, now is later and later is now. So how do we control it? Well, there are many different options. You could get a whole bunch of different joysticks you can find on eBay. Some of them still modern, some of them pretty old and likely not made anymore, and you won't be able to find any that are in new condition, so they'll require at least a bit of a clean. But I wasn't very deep into the Commodore 64 ecosystem yet, and yeah, this means not very deep. And I decided that it would be best to opt for something that would let me use the things I already have. There were some PS2 converters that would let you use a PS2 joystick or mouse on a Commodore 64, and there were some GamePort type converters that let you use the IBM GamePort controllers with a Commodore 64, but I really wanted a kind of all-in-one solution, so I took a gamble on something called a TOM2, which is a USB to Commodore joystick port converter, and it's right here, as we can see. And genuinely, this is great. I have no complaints with it. It works fine. Unfortunately, though, it didn't work with my 8-bit DOE controller that I've been fiddling with, which is a real bummer because this has really nice buttons and a really neat D-pad and such. And well, this nifty little thing is still great because it works with a controller I probably least expected to work with it, my DualShock 4. Hey, but that's great, you know. It feels very odd to play a computer from 1982 with a controller from 2018 that probably inside of it has a more powerful processor than this whole thing, not to mention that it has so many features that the Commodore 64 doesn't use, because the Commodore 64 actually only needs a joystick and a button, and with this, only the left analog stick and one button are used, and all the touchpad, light bar, and fucking gyrometer or whatever, all those go completely unused. But it works, and I really like DualShock 4 because of those concave joysticks as opposed to the convex ones. Hope I'm getting that the right way around, that were in the DualShocks prior. So nonetheless, how about we plug this thing in and see how it works and get into finally playing some games, right? Because this is what we're here for? No, we're here to go off on tangents explaining how games are played. Nevertheless, we'll play some games. Don't worry. We can start off with some great ones, or not so great ones. You tell me. We'll see you. So first thing you want to do is make sure your computer's off, because these ports, unlike modern ports, are not hot pluggable whatsoever. So if you plug something in there while it's running, or worse yet, unplug it, then it will absolutely destroy your computer and burn alive everything you hold dear. So now that it's off, we simply plug it in. Now, you might be wondering, is the USB part hot pluggable? Yes it is. You can unplug and replug the controller, and if it loses connection because of dodgy micro USB cables, which this one isn't, it's a one that comes with a Ducky Cherry MX keyboard, you know, it's not going to destroy anything. So now, there are two joystick ports, right? So there's a weird quirky little thing about Commodore 64. If you want to use a controller, most games will actually only use joystick port 2, because joystick port 1 seems to interfere with the game's function. Something about it using the same kind of signals inside as the keyboard. So really you want to plug it into the joystick port 2, which is even more annoyingly the rightmost one, because I always felt like counting from the power would be a better solution. And once you turn it on, you'll have to set it up with a mouse. I've already done that, and if you receive one of these, which is, by the way, a TOM2, I believe, then it'll come with instructions on how to do it, and it's not really that difficult, just a bit finicky sometimes. So how about we just turn it on? So if you'd like to load a game on the Commodore 64, what you'll want to do is type, well, if you're using SD2IC, that is, you want to type in load FB64, comma 8, comma 1, FB64 in quotes. Once that's done, we can press run, and then we can select what game to play. Why don't we start with Californian games? And once we press enter, we wait. Probably be waiting for a while, huh? Still waiting. Alright, you get the idea. Hello. Bit of a side note here. You might be noticing that loading games on the Commodore 64 takes a little while. And, well, even though I'm using floppy drive emulator that's actually using an SD card, it's still emulating a floppy drive, even though it's not even exactly emulating it, just pretending kind of to be a floppy drive. But there is a solution to this though, and one such solution is known as a fast loader. But software fast loaders aren't really supported on the SD2IC, again because it's not a cycle exact drive emulator. So what can we do about this? Well, there's something called the Epix Fast Load cartridge. Here it is. Epix Fast Load cartridge is something that plugs into the cartridge port of your Commodore 64, and it replaces the routines and procedures that the computer uses to access the floppy drive with more efficient ones. See, it wasn't just because floppy disks were slower than, say, the NES cartridges, where direct comparisons here can be made because California Games actually loads massively faster on the NES than on the Commodore 64. So yeah, and while we wait for that load, I can explain you what that cartridge is. So what it does is, like I said, replaces those routines, but also adds a handful of nice little shortcuts on the keyboard that you can use to more quickly load into games. In fact, here's just how much faster that loads. Pretty impressive, huh? Anyway, I'm gonna insert this and we're just gonna see how much faster it's gonna take in real time. How about that? Let's go. So again, make sure your computer's off, because plugging in or unplugging a cartridge could most definitely cause severe damage, and then simply plug it into from behind. Usually you insert the cartridge, the logo way up, and make sure not to apply too much force, but once you get to this stage you can just push it in, and there you go. It's inserted. So now let's boot up and see what difference it makes. And there we go. We've got compete in all events, compete in some events, etc. We're going to need to use the controller to pick. So why don't we pick, let's say, a good old surfing event and just practice that one. Get the hang of the game. Yeah. Alright, let's play. Oh. This game is pretty hard. Yeah, there we go. Sick tunes, too. Oh, god damn it. I get it now, but I didn't mean to press it that one extra time. Let's try it one more time. God damn it. Oh wow. Let's quit out and see what happens next. Let's practice the next event. What should it be? Let's make it skating. I don't know if it means skateboarding by that, or skating as in, you know, the inferior type where you have skates on your feet. Sue me. Alright, let's go. How does this one work? What? What? Wow, okay, this, right, that makes total sense. I'm gonna have to look up how to play this game, I guess. Alright, so, I think I might have finally figured it out. I'm not totally sure. I was kind of right. You have to press it up, left, and then, right down. Like that, yeah. God, that's really, creatively bad. Like, I mean, it's creative, but in a really bad way. I guess with one button and a joystick, that's the best you can do, but this is so unintuitive. It is almost completely ridiculous. So, this is pretty much, California games. Let's try another one, but you get the idea. It's, full of completely fucking indecipherable controls and bizarre obstacles that don't make sense. I'm hoping that surfing one that we tried at the beginning was really, really good, and I'm kind of hoping that this one will also be pretty good. This is the BMX one. No, I never really had a BMX as a child. I only had a mountain bike. Didn't stop me from doing tricks on it though. Alright. That's some nice music that stopped. Is this the same fucking thing? Why is there no music anymore? That's kind of real lame. It's just one sound effect and not much more than that. Well, at least this one's slightly better. Oh, you have to do like flips and stuff. I want to just listen to that music actually. This is Too Bad Doofus. What kind of game over screen is this music though? Wow. Da, 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 da. Well, this is something. But yeah, that was enough of California games, I think. What should we move on next? So, and I have decided that the next thing we're gonna play is, oh, by the way, epilepsy warning. Next thing we're gonna play is a little thing called Stunt Car Racer. This is another game that I don't know how it controls, so it'll probably be pretty awful. So select high score. You're probably wondering what that is. That's just trainers. Alright. I have to select it with the number keys. Start with something like, maybe not. Oh, practice. Alright. So I can't even figure out how to do the controls. Practice the little lamp. Alright. As long as I can figure out the controls, we'll be way ahead of it on this one. So the reason this game's interesting is of course because of the 3D perspective. It's obviously all colored, and I think it's pretty much just sprite based and very simplistic, but still the animation is very good. I think it's rather impressive for its time. Speed up. Whoa. Yeah, this frame rate isn't the smoothest, but also the car noise is just pretty much one constant beep. Oh my god. Harsh Noise Album 2020 is the sound effects of this game, but yeah. Whoa. Hell yeah. I wonder when this ends, or if it, oh, that's where it ends. Oh no. Let's give it one more try. No! Oh, well there we go again. Well, this game's a ton of fun, and it's certainly a little more decipherable than California games. I could just ever so slightly understand what is going on, with this frame rate not being the most helpful. But yeah, actually I'm kind of riffing on it a little bit, but it's a ton of fun to be honest when you actually play it. Wow, well, there goes that. I think we can call it here for now. Whoa, what is going on? Oh, there we go. How about we try another 3D game? This is a Doom clone for the Commodore 64. And it's about as easy on the eyes as you might think it is. And the controls aren't particularly great either. If this had mouse controls, I would definitely prefer to use that, but as it stands, unfortunately, it does not. The D-pad kind of helps, though. What is that whooshing noise? Oh, is that an enemy? Is that decoration? I really can't tell. You gotta really praise the frame rate and all of this, even though it looks like something only a mother could love. It is truly a bunch of very hard work and such. The door is locked. This game has keys? Yeah, that's mechanically impressive considering I cannot see very well very much. I sure hope the keys are like a giant yellow dot or something. Whoa. Some kind of blurred. Whoa, she's not dying. Real bullet sponge. Oh, there's two of them. Hey, well, this is fun. I wish that whooshing noise would stop. I have no idea what that is. And, I don't know. I thought maybe it was like an enemy around the corner doing some kind of thing. Suck. But yeah, considering even the SNES could... Oh, I'm out of ammo! Oh shit! Well, I guess we will die and see what the Death Gibson screen looks like. Considering Doom barely ran on the SNES, getting a game like it to run on the Commodore 64 is pretty impressive. There goes that. Well, let's try something a little more worthwhile on this hardware. Well, not that this game isn't worthwhile, it's just that attempting to do 3D graphics, you come up against certain limitations, and well, if you don't do 3D graphics, you can do something very, very beautiful looking on the Commodore 64. One might say one of the most beautiful games on the Commodore 64 is Mayhem. Or more specifically known as Mayhem and MONSTERLAND. See, this game really particularly benefits from how fast and how well it loads, and I guess compared to consoles this still isn't very fast, but generally speaking it's pretty fast compared to how it is without the fast load cartridge. Whoa, that's loud. Right. The controls are a bit weird. Again, they're very much suitable for like a joystick, but with a D-pad you kind of expect a button to be jumped, not up. No. No. Rest in pieces. Yeah, on the D-pad this is very hard to play because if you want to jump right, you want to have it up and right at the same time. You want to hold those two buttons and, well, it becomes pretty annoying quickly. That's some great music though. Well, I think we saw enough of that. How about we go into something else? Alright. How about we check out another hit for the Commodore 64 called TURRICAN 2. Best to quit out and load it this way because some games used proprietary loader programs, even if they're not fast loaders and supported by the SD2 IEC. They'll use some kind of proprietary loader program that will do its own thing, and if you try to load it as the specific PRG files, that might not work very well. So yeah. There we go, TURRICAN 2, the final fight. Loading level 1-1. Or 1-1. I think it said 1-1 because that made me feel cooler or something, but I'm sure most people say 1-1, especially when talking about Mario games where there's usually like a world 1, level 1, 1-1. Makes sense to me. Oh, what? It's already starting? Holy fuck, that's quick. Oh, that's cool that I can do that. Wow. Well, I'm almost out of health already. I knew TURRICAN was a bit of a hard game, but wow, not like this. Can I shoot enemies off screen? I think I can. That's pretty cool. Oh, I can't reach that now. Oh, let's give that another shot, huh? You're the game with no real music to speak of, and that's kind of sad. I feel like some nice action music would really have served this game well. And I lost a bunch of health again. You know, I'm almost tempted to use one of those built-in trainers that come with these cracked ROMs. That's the thing that you see sometimes on screen where it's like, do you want to play a high score or trainers or enable skip level or things like that? Yeah, that's what those are. Whoa, how many of them are there? I'm getting a lot of points though, that's crazy. Are they just spawning indefinitely? I think they are actually. Wow. Alright then. Wow, so many. How do you expect me to... God damn. Oh, I can't even shoot through that, but it can fly through it. That's very fair. What is that power up? Yeah. You don't even get any kind of like invincibility frames proper. No, screw you. Alright, let's try another game. You're wondering, if you're wondering why the screen goes black every time I load it, well, that's every time I, exit the game, that's because I'm actually just turning the computer off. I mean, that's what you would do back in the day. Alright, how about we play something called Last Ninja 2? And hopefully this also benefits from the Epic's Fast Loader cartridge. But for your benefit, I don't think it's worth including all the loading and whatnot, so I'm gonna cut it for most games. There we go. Some kind of release group, I imagine. Yes. Let's go. Alright. This game is very graphically impressive, I gotta say. The combat takes a little getting used to, but yeah. Whoa, that guy has a sword! How is this fair? Well, I still beat him, but I feel like I'm losing a lot of health and probably missing some kind of mechanic. This guy has a sword too? And you keep blocking my attacks.
Wow, well that's very fair. Oh, and I'm dead. I wish I got to explore a little. Oh, okay. I just respawned right there. I wonder if this game has unlimited lives. Well, no, because the trainer asked if I wanted unlimited lives. Oh my god, I'm not even hitting him. Oh, there we go. I guess at the very least, the game must know that it's pretty hard. No enemy here. Oh, you can jump. That's cool. Really, the graphics in this game are just incredible. I hope you're really getting a good image on this because, wow. So much detail on the screen. And even if there's not a whole lot of movement to it, it looks really beautiful. Oh. Oh, I have... what? Why is he moonwalking? It says collect, but... pressing the fire button and everything. Wonder if it's like spacebar or something. 1, F3, F5. No. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. I don't know how to get the sword. I think that would have been really beneficial to me. Let's just moonwalk out of here. What's that there? Doesn't seem for me to be able to reach those grassy bits. That looks like a key. That looks like something I should be able to pick up. Aw, but I just don't really know how. Well, there's that guy that has something on him too. Standing right over him and I cannot pick anything up. I'll have to really look up the controls for these games someday, but I know that there's a suicide key, which is run stop, and there we go. RIP. Oh, and that just respawned right there. Alright, well, how about we go on to something else? It wouldn't be a video by me if it didn't feature a port of R-Type, so that's what I feel like we're gonna do, and hopefully we'll have no problems doing that. Seems to be rather corrupted looking. Oh. Whoa. Ugh. Ugh. I don't think this is a very faithful port of R-Type, judging by its current graphics at the very least. Spacebar. Nothing seems to really do anything to it, and it doesn't seem to be loading because the SD2 IEC light is off. Let's try to load it again. It might be incompatible with the fast load cartridge, I suppose. Yeah, I think the odds are it's probably going to do the same thing again. Well, let me try it without the... Oh. Looks like we got a little further this time. Hopefully we'll get into the game now. It did prompt me if I wanted to fast load it or not, so maybe the way we executed it before. Alright. Oh, F1 key, my favorite. Alright, here we go. Oh, this does not control well. And I feel like there's less screen space than the arcade version or the DOS version or... Wow, yeah. The controls just are not very smooth. Maybe it'd be better with a real joystick, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is way harder than the arcade version. I'm not excusing the fact that I suck, but it genuinely is. As someone who beat this game many, many times, this is not a good port by any stretch of the imagination, but this is about what I've heard. You know, that it's not very good and not a lot of fun, and there's a similar to our type of style shoot 'em up that's actually a lot better. Maybe we'll check that one out, but some other time perhaps. And well, there you go. Hope you enjoyed this one, and if you want to see me cover any new games, please let me know. If you'd like to tell me about what your favorite game is, or if you'd like to make me check one out, then please do let me know in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed watching this, and if you did, why not like, comment, and subscribe? Huh? Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. It really means a lot.